This is day 203 of Zohar, Pshat, and we're on the last line on page Chav Gimel, Amud Aleph. And the Chavraya are saying, now we understand that the Adam de Bria represents the plan of the Torah. And the plan of Torah was that there be Schar V'Oinish. So therefore, there has to be an Adam Bria, the non-perfect man, who's going to be subject to free will and to get rewarded and punished. V'lo, last line, Ella, Oraisa de Bria, the Torah of the Bria. There's a bunch of interesting things in Pashim, but not for now. Ihi levusha de Shechinah. The Torah of the Bria is the levush of the Shechinah. In other words, not just it covers it, but in other words, this is how the Shechinah is manifest in the world, just like your God, Mani the Yochanan Vakari, the money Mechabduse, Yochanan called his clothing that which gave him honor, because by a person's clothing you can tell his stature. So too the man in his well, I should say, the Torah, the Bria, which man then fulfills, is the Vusha de Shechinah. It's how the Shechinah is manifest in the world. And remember, the purpose of the world is Nisav Kush Baruch Sodir Betachatenu. Hashem wanted to have a dwelling place down here below. And that dwelling place is comes into fruition by the Torah. The Adam Lavasi Mivrei, and there was no man to be created. And here in the front it says Lemichte, to sin. Have Shechinah below Kisuya. She would have no covering, meaning it would not be manifest in this world. There's a deeper thing here, which is Oita Arka Salma, because Baruch Hu Kav is not, what Desser says, is because Baruch Hu is not, cannot be perceived because he's completely light unless there's a garment which then cloaks that light and makes it discernible. It's like there's a story, I think it was written by H.G. Wells, The Invisible Man. You couldn't tell where the invisible man was unless he was wearing a garment, because in the garment would show where he was. So to the Shekhinah cannot be manifest in the world because completely or light unless there's some sort of garment. The garment is the Torah. The Torah it brings the Shekhinah down to a level of perception, and Adam is the one who creates that. I should say not creates, but the person who, the entity which carries out that Torah and brings it to manifestation here in the world. Without that, without Adam, lava us, the Adam lava us in Mirei and Lemechte have a Shechinah lo Kisuya. Kigav Nadani, like a poor person who has no clothing to wear and no way to manifest himself in public. Begin to come on the Chav. So, but there's a flip side of that. So anybody who sins, now you would say, okay, the sin is part of the plan, yes, but it's part of the plan in a backhanded way. Because Kilo Avshi L'Shchinta Milvusha, it's as if he removes the Shekhinah from its levush. In other words, the whole idea is that to be manifest in Torah, and the manifest in Torah means that the Torah should be fulfilled. If it's not fulfilled, it's as if you're taking off the levush. Now, again, I could say that no, that's part of levush, right? That the chayte is punished. That's the part of levush. That's how you can tell that there's a Shekhinah, because the person who does the Ratz Hashem is rewarded. The person who goes against the Ratz Hashem is punished. But he's saying that no, he's taking the motion in another direction, saying that somebody who's chayte is as if they are destroying the garment by which Kodesh Baruch Hu wants to be manifest in the world. And that is the punishment of the person, because he's destroying that garment. Fulfills the commandments of Torah. It's as if he's putting the Shekhinah into its proper clothing, meaning bringing the Shekhinah to be manifest in the world by creating that clothing by which the Shekhinah can be known in this world. Again, with the two Mishalim we said before, the invisible man can then be denoted and demarcated by the clothing he's wearing, and also it shows the splendor and the dignity and the significance of the entity wearing the clothing. And therefore, we brought an analogy to this to the bush of tzitzis. Now, the new tzitzis Zohar brings down that later on in Kov Chesam and Beis, it's going to talk about the tzitzis that's going to connect it to the Yitpul Ale Teina, to the fig leaf garment which Adam Rishon wore. But without getting that right now, the kisu of the Shechinah, so to speak, is tzitzis. And tzitzis is shokol knei kol mitzvahs. It corresponds to mitzvahs because the tzitzis represents this garment, like it says, right? Kosh Baruch Nisafa Kosh Baruch Shliach Tzibor, Kosh Baruch, so to speak, put on tefillah to tell us ki hiu simul susol b'ado, because this is his garment. It's a garment which manifests the Kodesh Baruch in the world, especially with the Tchelis, which is the Daimel Rakia, Daimel Kisei Koven. Visim La Sola Hara. The This is the garment for his flesh. Bamei Yishkav Begalusa. What's the Shechina going to lie down if it's in Galus, right? A fascinating idea. Someone brings down gears in which the words Begalusa, the word Galus is not there, but it, it seems to mean here that even when Adam Arisha goes into Galus, he still has, or specifically when he goes to Galus, I think, he has this garment, Aletena, which are represented by tzitzis. In other words, even a place of darkness, that we sustain the Shechinah by wearing this garment of the Torah mitzvahs and manifesting it. V'akmua. And I think it means here, and we sustain it. In other words, there is this lavush of kedusha which we take with us, just like Adam Rishon took when he left Gan Eden, and we take with us even when we're on the Galus, and that is the ksuso vada. This is the whatever ksus we have with us, and the ksus terms which we can do wherever we go. That is what manifests the Shekhinah, even when the Shekhinah is in Galus. So even when the world is not ketikuno, there's still this idea, and this Rabbi Yochanan, I think, is one who also said, I forget the exact lashon of the quote. In my place, my name gives me honor, because everybody knows my name is Rabbi Yochanan. Out of my place is my clothing, because I wear it. It's the Rabbanan, out of my place. So in Gola specifically, we need to have the cloak. In the state of Geula, in the Gan Eden, Adam Rishon and Chava were naked. There was the essence. You didn't have to have manifestation, anything superficial. In Golus, right? I forget the exact lotion, but anyway, in Golus, you need to have this clothing, and that's, I think, the lotion of Yirmiyahu Navi when he goes to Mitzvahs Hatzivi Lach Tzionim. Make yourself these signifying points, which are going to demonstrate the Shekhinah even in a place where there's a difficulty and darkness and hate, and that is the idea of the garment which goes with you wherever you are, in order to represent the Shekhinah, no matter how much darkness we confront, which I think is the next part, which we're going to come to tomorrow.